We are back with another week of dinners for you. I've got 3 new recipes for you guys to try. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Before we jump into our first recipe, I did want to thank Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. I'm gonna have a link for you. It's just thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking so that you can save 30% on your first order, plus you're gonna get a free gift worth up to $60 when you join Thrive Market today. I'll tell you more about that later. Let's cook. For our first meal this week, I went on a search for a recipe using turkey, ground turkey, because we had a couple of pounds of it. This one is adapted from a Pauline recipe, but I got it from another site. I will link it all below. But this is called turkey goulash, and it has an ingredient in there that I didn't quite expect. So let's get started. You want to use a Dutch oven or something that's larger. This is just my caraway larger pot, so I'm going to heat that. While that's heating up, I probably only need about half of this onion because it's so large, but we are going to dice this onion. Y'all, I don't know why I waited so long to try out the newer dicer that I got to replace my old one. It is so much better than my old one, just because my old one had gotten dull over the years. See how fast that is? It's lovely. To my Dutch oven, I just added in a pound of ground turkey. I'm also gonna add in my diced onion. And we are just gonna cook this until the turkey is done. Okay, this is pretty much done. We're gonna add in some minced garlic and let it cook for just 30 seconds or so, maybe 2 cloves. Now let's add in some more ingredients. I've got 2 cups of water, a can of tomato sauce. It needs to be a 15-ounce can. You need diced tomatoes. Cole is gonna be eating this and he doesn't love the large diced tomatoes, so I always get petite cut when he's eating with us. We're gonna add in about 1.5 teaspoons of this Italian herb seasoning. Let's add in some black pepper and a little bit of salt, only maybe 1/4 teaspoon. You don't need a lot because, surprise, here is the ingredient I was shocked at. We've got this low sodium soy sauce. You need about 1 tablespoon of that. I'm just gonna eyeball it. And then you also need a bay leaf. Okay, bay leaf going in. That's a good size bay leaf. I really like the bay leaves from Thrive Market. A lot of the times when you get them just at the grocery store, they're really tiny, so I feel like you have to use several. But the size of these are really nice. Okay, we're gonna let this come up to a boil, and then once it comes to a boil, we will reduce the heat and let it simmer, and we'll also cover it. We're gonna let that simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. Oh, that's hot. Now we're just gonna take 2 cups of elbow macaroni and add that in. So there's 1, it shall not escape, and 2. And we'll turn it up just a tad, just to make sure it simmers enough to cook it. I'm gonna put the lid back on this and let this simmer for another 10 or 11 minutes. So let's set the timer for that. Okay, it has been about 11 minutes. I believe we are good. I need to remove this bay leaf. Let's get that out of there. I'm gonna do a little taste test just to make sure this has enough flavor. My fear, anytime I'm cooking with turkey, is that I'm not gonna season it enough and it's gonna be bland. So let me do a little taste test and then dinner is ready. I ain't as brave as Steven. Steven just goes right in. I gotta blow this stuff off. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah. What you know about some goulash?
I don't know much about it, other than I know you make a good goulash. It's not like this, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is the first time I've made it with turkey.
It's got turkey in it, so I'm gonna try not to like it.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta get the try not to like it face on.
I would get mad about it. I cannot with you. Oh my gosh.
That's good.
So what happened to trying not to like it?
I tried.
You gave it an
I was cracking myself up.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I'll tell you what, this is delicious, y'all.
Put some cheese on it, maybe a little hot sauce.
Somebody said cheese. Somebody said cheese. Well, y'all should make this one. It was very, very simple. And then I just steamed some veggies in a microwavable bag. And that is dinner in about 30 minutes, all in one pot.
I can feel the cholesterol lowering right now. Very healthy meal.
Okay, you are so goofy. So like I mentioned earlier, Thrive Market is the sponsor of today's video. If you're unfamiliar, Thrive Market is just an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everybody. If you are trying to incorporate more organic things into your diet and bring them into your home, Thrive Market is the place for you. Organic things can be hard to find at certain grocery stores, and the price point is a lot higher than other things. So that's where Thrive Market comes in. They have thousands of the best-selling organic products on their site, so you can go and shop for under the retail price. And good news, if you find a better price elsewhere, they are going to match it for you. I always have the app up on my phone so that I can add products throughout the month. And then once I hit that $49 threshold, I know that my order is going to ship free, and then it comes directly to my door, usually within just a couple of days, and just have peace of mind knowing we got the best deal for them, and I didn't even have to leave my house to get them. So I mentioned that this is a membership based online grocery store. You can choose to go month to month, and for that model it's $12 a month. The best deal is to join for a year, and you are billed annually $59.95, and that makes it just about $5 a month for your membership and access to all of these really great foods and deals. So let's say you join for a year, and at the end of that year, you have not saved at least $60 from Thrive Market. They will credit you the difference. Each order that I have saves me anywhere from $20 to $50. So just within a couple of orders, I have already saved that membership fee. On today's order alone, I saved $37. So let's say your family is vegan, or you are doing a keto diet, or you need to be gluten-free. You can filter the products on their website for those particular needs, and it will show you all of the products that line up with that particular need. And yes, while we use Thrive Market for mainly our staples that we have in our pantry, they have so much more than just food. They also have eco-friendly cleaning supplies. They have supplements, non-toxic beauty items, and they also have wine, meat, seafood. There's also a section that is called deals, where already there's savings, but they have a sale on those particular items. So I always browse that deals section just to see if there's any one of my favorites that are on special right now. So if you've never checked out Thrive Market, go do that now. It's just thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. And when you use that link and you sign up, you're gonna save 30% on your first order. Plus, you're gonna get a free gift worth up to $60. I had an itch. Do you eat at Waffle House? We call it the awful waffle, not because it's awful, we love it, but we love the Waffle House. They do, and I'm sure other places. Bless you. You're welcome. They do these hash brown bowls, and I'm sure other places do them too, but so you have hash browns, and it's layered with whatever toppings you want, but then also some sausage or bacon. We're doing sausage, and eggs and cheese, and it's just really good. Then you can add all the toppings, you can add salsa. Stephen requested this for lunch today, so that's what I'm making for lunch today. So I've got what I need here. We'll add some toppings later, like some pickled jalapenos and things like that. I've got my eggs, my sausage, my cheese, onion, some potatoes, and then I can't remember who sent us this, but somebody sent us this seasoning. Oh, it's incredible. It says the best seasonings this side of heaven, heaven-made products. And it's just like an everything type seasoning, and I have been enjoying it. So I'm gonna season our potatoes as they're cooking with that seasoning. So the challenge is, because all of these have to be cooked on the stovetop, figuring out what to cook when. Obviously you want your eggs to be the very last because you don't want those to get cold. So I think I'm gonna do our potatoes and then take them out and tint them to keep them warm, and then do our sausage and our eggs right beside each other on two different eyes on the stove. I call it an eye on the stove. So many comments from y'all saying, why do you call it an eye on the stove? Do you call it the eye on the stove?
What?
Is that an eye?
Yes, an eye. It's also a burner.
They've not made fun of me, but people are like, why do you call it an eye? It's an eye on the stove.
Are you making my breakfast bowl this morning?
I'm making your breakfast bowl. Well, it's not really well, yeah, it is morning. It's 11:32, but we're having it for lunch. Okay.
For lunch, I'm excited about that.
All right, I'm gonna get started.
Need some jalapeno, need some onion, need some hot sauce.
Bye. Okay, I am gonna slice up a little bit of onion for us. I'm probably just gonna cook the onion along with our sausage, just because we all like onion, and that just seems like the easiest way to do it. I ain't Waffle House. I'm trying to act like I am, but I ain't. I don't have that much cooktop. Also, I've been fussed at about scraping this with the sharp side. I'm supposed to do it with the dull side. I don't think I ever knew that, but all of a sudden I've gotten a lot of comments about it. So for the people who left the nice comments, thank you. Now let's peel these potatoes. Okay, now what we're gonna do is, you could definitely use a cheese grater and do this like the shredded hash browns, but Stephen requested that I do the hash browns that are just really small diced. So that's what I'm gonna do. Waffle House does the shredded. I guess I could cook my onion with the potatoes. That probably makes more sense. Look, I turned it over. I did good. After I just cut all these up, I thought, why didn't I use my veggie chopper? Because it could have chopped all of these uniformly. But you know, we're just winging it. And I ain't all with it today. Let me tell you why. What's today? August 3rd? Yes, August 3rd. And it is currently 72 degrees outside and pouring rain. So I have been on the back porch soaking up, not literally, this weather. I haven't been sitting in the rain. I've been sitting on our screened in back porch, just loving this weather. Been reading and just enjoying listening to the rain. So I'm a little, but we're gonna eat lunch out there today since it's not too hot. Lately it's been really hot. Today is just a gift. I was just talking to y'all like y'all were listening, and I didn't even hit record. I'm special. Now what I'm gonna do is just throw all of my little hash brown chopped up potatoes here in this bowl. And from here, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, coat those. Let's put some of this, it's incredible seasoning on it. Let's head over to the stove. Over to the stove, I'm gonna take a couple of tablespoons of butter and throw it into this pan, which is starting to heat. And I'm gonna let all of that melt. All right, our butter has melted. Let's add all our potatoes in. I'm gonna let these cook for about why does this look pink? Let's try that again. There we go. I'm gonna let these cook for about 5 minutes before I throw in my onion and let them cook maybe the rest of the time. Another 5 minutes. These will probably take about 10 minutes total. Yeah, there's cheese, but I haven't even shredded it yet, baby. Yeah. Yes, Gracie Lou. Come here. I only cooked these for about 3 minutes, but let's throw in our onion now and let that cook in there. Stephen is over here not only filming, but giving me directions on what to do. So just in case y'all ever wondered, yes, we are definitely both cooking. He's over here like, about 3 minutes. And then he was like, got it.
Actually, I was wanting to flip it.
Oh, you wanted to flip it.
Yeah, I want to flip it.
Here, have at it.
All right.
Oh, you know I can't do that. You trying to be Waffle House over here.
That's right. Got a little Waffle House action.
They're looking good. All right, Stephen has decided that while that's going, we're gonna do sausage over here. I originally was just gonna do sausage there, but he talked me into this. So we're gonna let the sausage cook here. And then what we're gonna do is just top this with cheese once these are done and just move them off the burner, and just let them hang out and let the cheese melt over top. And then once this is done, we'll wipe out this pan and do the eggs. This is tag team action over here. If you are new here, we love to read your comments. A lot of times what we'll do, if a new video has posted, we'll sit and eat dinner, and after dinner, we're scrolling through comments, reading each other comments that make us laugh. So even if we don't read your comment on here, we're reading your comments and we're getting a kick out of them. But we choose a few each week to read. He is our commentator.
Julie says, I would love to see more Battles of the Best. Watching you make the pad thai is about to make me go visit the lion.
Food line?
Oh, the food line and grab all the veggies. Thank you so much for sharing these. Poor Miss Gracie Lou. She's telling tales about y'all again.
She always acts like she's starving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She ain't never been fed a day in her life.
No.
Bless
I'm
her
so
heart.
glad that y'all loved Battle of the Best. We were so excited to do it because it's recipes that we know and love.
Yeah.
And we got to remake
I
them.
get a chance to eat them again.
That's always a good thing. Okay, so he just turned this off. These cooked for a total of probably 7 or 8 minutes. And he's gonna take that cheese that I shredded just a minute ago and put it here on top. And we're just going to let this melt on top. Okay, we're gonna drain this onto some paper towels. Stephen's gonna wipe that out and we're gonna cook our eggs. You feel like Waffle House up in here?
It's one of those treats that you have every now and again.
I wish y'all could see what was happening off camera. I
was pulling my britches up. Sometimes your britches, I don't have my belt on right now. And I have to pull them up.
We had to turn it down just a little bit. It's a little hot. We left it up a little too high, but that's all right. Steven, the master chef, is handling it.
Master chef.
Steven's got some Cholula. You feel like you're at the Waffle House?
Now I feel like I'm at a diner.
Okay.
That's what I wanted.
We're at the Awful Waffle, but without the waffle.
Great flavor on there. Just a little bit of that cheese coming through now.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. I love mixing my sausage and my eggs.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of my favorite things.
You could definitely, if you wanted larger pieces of sausage, you don't have to mince it up as much as I did, but I really like to mix it all together, so.
Oh, man.
All right, Cole's over there
That
chowing
is
down. He
really
has
good.
not stopped eating. Is this 1 or 2 thumbs? Oh, that's what I had a feeling. He loves the Awful Waffle too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, what's not to love? This is the story of my life. These 2 are finished. I'm still over here working. It is our 3rd recipe, and that means it's Subbie Supper night. If you would like to submit a recipe, I have a form, a Google form, in the description box below. Is linked there. You just go fill that out, and don't get discouraged if you have sent one in a long time ago and I haven't gotten to it yet, because today's recipe was sent in, I think it was February of 2022, so well over a year ago, a year and a half ago. Today's comes from Jessica. Jessica is 48. She is married to her husband, Mark. They've been married for 27 years. She's a mom to 2. She's got Noah, who is 24 and just recently got married, and Caleb, who is 18. They also have an 8-year-old Brittany Spaniel named Lady that she's a dog mom to. She is an office manager for a city-owned utility, and she said they love spending time with friends and family, and they also love doing boating and just living that lake life. I'm with you on that one. The name of this one sounds kind of ominous, but the ingredients sound wonderful, so we're gonna give it a shot. This one is called Chicken Diablo. This particular recipe calls for 8 chicken breast halves, or thinly sliced chicken breasts. We're gonna use thighs today, and I am cutting this recipe in half because it's just me and Steven here tonight. So I will have her original recipe linked below, don't worry. But let's get started. We need to marinate these for a little while, so let's do that first. So since I'm halving everything, I only need a 1/4 cup of this Frank's Red Hot sauce. You can use whatever hot sauce you'd like, whatever cayenne pepper sauce you'd like. So let's do 1/4 cup. I also need 1/4 cup of ketchup. You'll need 1/2 cup of sour cream or plain Greek yogurt. I already had this on hand and I need to use it up, so I'm gonna use this. And that will tone down that hot sauce some, I know. Next, it calls for 1/4 cup of honey, so I'll only do about 1/8 cup. Mine wasn't moving around very easily, so I threw it in the microwave really quickly for like 5 seconds. So we're gonna eyeball this. I'm not sure exactly how much 1/8 cup would be. I'm gonna go with that. And that's it. We're just gonna mix this together really quickly. You wanna save half of this for later, but we're gonna marinate our chicken thighs in half of this now. But wait, my name is Mandy and I forget ingredients. You ready for this? We need to also add seasonings in here. We need 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. We also need 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, and we need 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now we mix this together, and then we're ready to marinate our chicken. This is so interesting to me, especially that cinnamon. Oh, can you smell it? It smells really interesting. We're gonna go ahead and season it with a little Auntie No-No's. She said she uses salt, pepper, and onion powder. I'm just gonna use this just because I have it, and we love it. Let's throw these in a gallon-sized bag. And these need to marinate for a couple of hours, and I meant to stab them. I'm gonna stab them in the bag. I always like to stab the chicken a little bit first, just so that the marinade really gets in there and does what it's needing to do. And you really get that flavor all throughout. Now let's pour in half of our marinade, and we will save the other half. And I'm just gonna work this around so that it all gets coated. And this is gonna go in the fridge for a couple of hours. And then I'll be back.
Mandy says, fun fact, a red jalapeno is just a fully mature jalapeno. Just like the green bell peppers are the immature version of ripe red bell peppers. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
I mean, I kind of figure because, I mean, it takes a long time for the jalapenos to turn red.
And then a lot of times when they turn red or green, they have those long stripes on them too.
That's right, yeah.
And someone else told me, I put a short up responding to her comment. She said if it has the stripes, that means it's really hot. So there's a gnat and it's driving me nuts. I can't get it.
Gnat.
I've been trying to get it. Yeah.
He's just hanging out. It's all good. He'll be in my mouth here in a minute. You know, that's how gnats do.
It is several hours, well, a couple hours later. I was about to start dinner. Steven is over at his mama's house cutting grass. And I don't know if y'all have the Life 360 app. It has recently updated, and now anytime Steven or Cole are on a lawnmower, it says they're bicycling. It's so funny. So he's got the little bicycle icon above his head on Life 360, which means he's still on the lawnmower over at his mama's house. So I'm gonna start slowly getting everything prepared to get on the stovetop. Jessica said she normally serves this with yellow rice and a veggie. We've got some fresh tomatoes from our garden, so I'll cut up a tomato. And I'm just gonna do some jasmine rice. That's what this says. Can you see that? So I'm just gonna do some jasmine rice with it because we will have some of that sauce that will go on top. Da, 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 da. Okay. Steven smelled the sauce earlier. He said that is very rich, potent, and interesting. And I said the same thing. So here's to hoping that we love this. I think we will. I am just putting the rice into the strainer so that I can rinse it. And I was just thinking about what vegetables I don't like. I do not like lima beans, the green lima beans. They are super dry and it's a texture thing. I just can't do it. I also don't like green peas. I can deal with them if they're inside of something else as long as there's not a ton of them. Like if they're in a vegetable soup, okay. But just green peas by themselves, absolutely 100% no. So those are my two veggies that I'm not a huge fan of. I think that's pretty much it. I like most other veggies, but I know there's a lot of picky people out there as far as veggies go. So tell me below, what veggies can you not stand? Okay, I've got this pot going to heat up the water. I did half chicken bone broth and half water to do the rice. And then I've got this large skillet. I'm gonna heat it to medium high. I just wanted to tell you that Jessica mentioned that her oldest son, I think it's Noah, said that this is his favorite dish. And anytime he comes home, this is what he requests. While I'm a little nervous, I have faith. I have faith, Jessica, it's gonna be good. Let's move over here to the stove. Move to the stove. In my large skillet, I'm gonna add some oil. She didn't say how much, so I'm just gonna guesstimate maybe a tablespoon or two. We're gonna let these sear on one side and then we'll flip them. She said it usually takes about 20 minutes for her chicken breasts to cook all the way through, so we just need to cook these all the way through. The great thing about chicken thighs is that they're not gonna dry out. I could always finish them in the oven if I wanted to, but since Steven is not quite on his way home yet, I'm just gonna cook them kind of low and slow here on the stovetop. Guess what I forgot to do? I was supposed to make the oil fragrant with garlic, but guess who didn't do that? So we're adding the garlic in now. Better late than never, right? Oops. Okay, we're gonna flip these. They've been going for about, I don't know, 4 minutes or so. Ooh, Steven's calling me. Hang on one second. Trying to multitask here and Steven's calling. All right, I'll see you in a few. Bye-bye. Steven's on his way home. We're doing good, friends. We are doing good. I'm gonna slice up this tomato. Lori asked from my comments last week, from last week's video, am I the only one who takes that core out of their tomatoes? No, you are not. I definitely take the core out of tomatoes. The reason why she was asking was because Steven cut up tomatoes to put in our salsa and he didn't remove the core, but it was going into the blender, so it really didn't matter to us. But that core is kind of hard. It's not fun to eat for sure. So I definitely reach in there and pull that core out. I love this knife. It's my tomato slicing knife. It's perfect. I don't know if it's the cinnamon. I don't know what it is that caused this to have all these burn marks so bad. But the good thing about caraway is that it will come right up. Like I'm not gonna have to scrape this pan. You see how that's coming right up? Just letting you know, that's what it's doing for me. It's not pretty. It's not something you wanna show on camera, but I thought I would show you because more than likely it's gonna happen to you too. Our rice is almost done. Got it hanging out right there. And then this, I just checked the temperature. It's at 160, so it's almost there. You want some cheese? Look what I just so happen to have. There you go. Just wanted to show you, it's scraped up so easily on this pan. But that is not appealing, but I tell you what is. this, my friends. And of course, this was in the fridge today, but I took it out probably about, well, pretty much when I started making this, so it wouldn't be super cold going on. Now we're just going to spoon that over top. Really hope we like this sauce because it's covered in it. And then I chopped up some green onion a little bit ago, and she said she tops hers with green onion. That, my friends, is fit to eat, as Stephen would say. He's a little sweaty, y'all.
But I did what Grandmama always used to say.
What's that?
Wash your face and hands before you eat.
You did wash your face?
I did. I washed my face.
Oh.
I'm still dirty everywhere else with my hands and my face.
Good. Grandma would be proud. You have to tell me what you think.
I am going to do that. It looks good. Wow. Man, that is good.
Is it?
Yeah. Spicy.
Is it?
Spicy. It's very spicy.
Okay.
But the sauce has really good flavor. It's almost got like a like a tang to it.
Well, it's got cinnamon in it, which is, yeah.
Okay.
It's got cumin, cinnamon, and paprika.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
And then it also has Frank's Red Hot sauce, some ketchup, some honey,
Interesting.
and Greek yogurt.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Very interesting flavors.
I'll tell you what.
What's cool about that is that you named all those ingredients and they blend well. They blend so well together that there's not like this overpowering.
Okay.
I mean, you get the heat and you get sort of the red, you know, the Frank's Red Hot Vinegar in there a little bit, but not too much. It's got like a little cinnamon, almost like a sweet, you know, because your mind is like cinnamon, sweet.
Well, it's got honey in there too, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, maybe that's what it is then.
Okay.
Kind of a sweet, yeah, cinnamony. It's a very different flavor. I don't know if I've had anything like this before. The Frank's Red Hot's probably the most significant ingredient.
Right.
You know, but it's really good.
Okay, well, I'm going to dig in. I haven't even tried the sauce yet. All I've done is smell it. So it lives up to the name, Chicken Diablo.
Yeah.
It's definitely spicy. It's so good.
Yes, very tasty.
No, ma'am, you can't have that. Get down. Get down.
The more I eat this, the more I love it.
I know. It's so good.
Wow. And the thing about it is the sauce is the boss. Mm-hmm. Meaning that you can use, I know that you can use this sauce with different applications, like with maybe pork.
Okay. Jessica, this is delicious. I see why your son requests this when he comes home. This is so good.
Dipping sauce?
Yeah, there's still more in there. Yeah, this would make a very good dipping sauce. All right. Oh, like for chicken tenders, like if I just did chicken nuggets, I could make that sauce.
I'm telling you, this is really good.
Oh.
You could think of all kinds of different ways.
All right, Jessica. This is a winner chicken dinner. Thank you.
Vicky says, Stephen, that measurement for the olive oil is 5 times around the blender. Yeah, I remember seeing this.
The recipe that he found online does not have olive oil in it. So he adds olive oil to our salsa because it just gives it a different consistency.
Yeah, it does. It smooths it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And he said, I don't really measure it. It's probably about 1/4 cup. So she counted how many times, I guess, that he went around the blender with it because he put it in the blender.
It just kind of, you know, feels good.
Until it feels right.
Experiment.
There you go. Y'all, let me know in the comments below how many of y'all have made the salsa, Stephen's salsa from last week.
Yeah.
And tell us, did you like it? Yeah. Oh, I did see some comments too where people said that if you heat it up, like put it on the stove, it'll make it last longer and it gives it a different flavor profile.
Yeah,
so
I'm down to try whatever.
Yeah, who knows? But thank y'all so much for leaving such great comments. We really appreciate it and we get a kick out of reading them. So commentator, thank you very much for your service.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't forget to go check out Thrive Market if you haven't before. Remember, just go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. And if you join Thrive Market today, you're going to get 30% off of your first order. Plus, you're going to get a free gift worth up to $60. Thanks, y'all. I'll see you next time. Bye.